guys, Ramblin Bob here again. So I want to talk about a product that I just happened to come across on Allpowers website. As I was checking for sales all the time, like we do every day here on this channel, to help try to help people learn how to either save money or learn about what technologies and what products are out there. When I find something that I find kind of cool, I like to make a video of it to remind me. I want to put that on my either bucket list, I guess the kids call it a bucket list, or what I call my Santa Claus list. So hopefully my wife is watching here. Okay, so this is called the Allpowers, Allpowers S200 portable battery bank. Sorry, holy cow, it's early in the morning. Okay, so it's a 200 watt output AC inverter built into this little bad boy, and then you have 154 watt hours. Now, how that would work is my laptop that I'm using right now to film this or record this uses about 15 watts per hour. So that means that this little battery box thingy here, if I plugged it in through the AC, would give me approximately, I would say, anywhere between 8 and 10 hours of runtime. Now, I thought that's pretty cool because it's a very small little box. I didn't see all of the specs yet, and I thought I'd save it for this video to get my real first impressions of, is that a good spec or a bad spec? So, so far, it's got 22 reviews. They're all positive, so yeah, that's a plus, but I don't go off reviews. I want to see the specs myself and see if it's useful to me. If a 500 mile an hour car can't be driven in my neighborhood, well, it's no good for me, right? No matter how good the reviews are. So that's why I always kind of look at it myself and give my own first impressions of a product before I get to the fancy reviews and find out what everybody's buying. Everybody could be buying the wrong thing in my situation. I might not need what they're buying. Okay, so it's the Allpowers S200 portable battery power bank. Portable power bank. Okay, my tongue tire. Okay, so it's $80, about $79, probably plus tax, I'm assuming. I don't know if there's shipping. We'll look into that later. But this is what it has. It has a little AC adapter plug here. That way you could pull the batteries. I'm assuming these are lithium ion. I don't think they're lithium iron phosphate. So you have one outlet here, and that could come in handy, guys, for say an emergency. Say you have to charge I don't know, anything. It could be anything. Radio, your phone. Something small though. Something that's under 200 watts. I don't know what the surge would be on this or something like this. It can't be too much more. Sometimes it's like double, but you have to wait and see in the specs to see what it says. Okay, so you got two USB A's here. We'll find out later in the specs what the power is. Here's a power button, and then I'm assuming this is a power on button, as well as the screen lights up. Now, one thing that really caught my attention, and a wireless charger up here, so I thought that was kind of neat too. I don't need a wireless charger. Going back to the reviews, guys, if I don't need it, what good is a review for that, a specific item or feature? I don't have a wireless charging phone device, so this would be irrelevant to me. However, I do have, I think they're called, what are they called? iPod Bud Pros or something like that. The little things you put in your ear and you talk. That's how old I'm getting, guys. The little dot you put in your ear, and then you can listen to the radio and what do they call it? Earbuds. I got a set of the earbuds, and she has the pro versions. So she bought the regular ones, and then she found out that there's a pro version out there last year. So she bought those and gave me. So I inherited, if you will, a free ear dots, if you will, these little bud things. I'm a muffler guy. I call them mufflers. I like the big headphones that cover half your head. I like those. But that's an old school guy for you. Okay, so I could charge those up there, I believe, because some of those have a wireless charging feature inside the little bud case that you put them in. I call them headphones, the little earbud phones or something. Okay, so let's go down here and see some more pictures here. Now we can see the side of it here. Let's see here. Matter of fact, let me grab a picture for this because I'm going to use this. Whoop, wait a minute here. Save image as, okay, and we're gonna say, no, can't save it. I gotta come back to save it, guys. Wait, maybe I can get it this way. This technology, guys, it's going faster than my brain is allowed here. Sometimes I gotta slow down and, okay, there we did it, and now I believe we're gonna save it to there. Okay, so I got it saved to the desktop there, so now I can make a review little card to remind me of what I want Santa Claus to bring me this year. Okay, so let's go to the next picture here, and this is more stuff on the side here. Now this looks like a vent, probably a fan is on this side, and I'm gonna assume that there's one on the other side, because you can't just have one air hole, you have to have something that flows through. Okay, and that's kind of where all the electronics would be, right there. And then the batteries, I'm assuming, are kept back here. Okay, so right here you have, boy, it's hard to tell. This looks like a USB-C port. This looks like a power AC and adapter. And then these look like buttons. Probably these are the buttons, because I don't see them on the front. Probably to turn on the inverter portion. So this will probably turn on the AC, I think it says. And then, oh, actually, you know what? Okay, well, it's still a little fuzzy, but I can see better. So that's an AC... AC out, which means that would be the inverter that turns on this little plug right here, and then this one looks like it would turn on this section, which is the, or actually all three of these would be the DC out. USB is known as DC out. Some power stations and power banks actually have a part separated that says USB out or DC out. I always liked that. I thought that was kind of cool. That way you can see what you're using at any given time. Okay, so here's your other air ports. Yeah, I assumed right. That's the secondary air port, which either there's a fan on this side or this side. I'm assuming now about the fan that the air can flow through there and then cool down these electronics inside. And then we're going to see this side here. That's so you can see the wireless thing a little bit better. And then of course the Allpowers logo. Got to have your logo, guys. If you have a company, you don't have a logo, you don't have a company. All right, that's the top view again. Boy, they have some pretty cool little angles to the pictures here. Yeah. And then these are, I'm assuming, the solar panels that you could purchase through them to charge this if you were out and about. And these are kind of neat, guys. These little solar panels that they have, these all fold up into like this big. So it looks like it's probably the size of like a small laptop. Those are pretty neat. They also have a really big one that I did. I don't know if it's here. Let me see. Foldable. This, guys. Oh, if I could just jump over real quick just for a second to show you this. I did a first look impression of this. This looks like a neat panel, right? This is flipping huge. This is a 600 watt. This is a 100 watt panel, 100 watt, 100 watt, 100 watt, 100 watt. So there's 6 100 watt panels that fold up into this big. That's unbelievable. The size of these panels are getting monstrous. Yep, see, someone did a review on it. This is a big thing. And you basically lay it on the ground or on the side of an RV or a side of a van or see the side of a thing. But that's how big it is, guys. See, that's about, I would say that's probably about 3 feet, and this is probably about 6 feet. And I'm ballparking because I'm going off the average height of a railing is usually about 30 to 36 inches, which is just about 3 feet or a little less. Sometimes there could be higher. There you go. There's a pretty good idea. So it folds up to this thing. Okay, so let's go back to what we came here for, guys. I got distracted there. This technology is really catchy. I'm really fascinated by it. All right, so let's see. Here we go. Here's the specs, guys, right away. So you have 154 watt hour capacity. It doesn't say what the battery chemistry is. So here it is. Okay, so we'll wait to get over there. But it doesn't say how big the battery cells are. And oh, here it is. Okay, so when we get over there, oh, I see. This is the feature section, and this is the specs. Okay, and then we're going to click all. Okay, so we have 200 watt AC output. And here's your surge, 240 watts. So that's a little bit less than I was expecting, but it's still enough because 200 watts would get you out of a headache, right? You could ballpark that. You could probably run that for approximately 30 to 45 minutes, give or take, depending on the power efficiency and the power factor of what you're using. You could charge it in 1.5 hours, fast dual charging, USB-C and A. Okay, guys, the USB-C, I don't know if that's an input or output. Now, according to this is charging. That's cool because that means it's probably a power delivery port. Let's hope it's input-output. Let's hope. That means you can put up to a certain amount through the USB like a power delivery port. That I like. So that's the first time I'm learning about this, guys. 3 ways to charge it. USB-C, AC, or solar. So that gives you a few options. And 99 watts max solar input. So that would take you approximately maybe I would say 2.5 to 3 hours charging by solar, because of course batteries have to slow down when they get to about 80%. Otherwise, they can make a bad day. I'll leave it at that. You know, sometimes they get started on fire if they charge too fast and stuff. You have the wireless charger on top of it. So far, this is a pretty interesting little device. This could be a very old device that I just missed it. But I found it, and I thought I'd make a video. And if you guys want to learn about it, just have a Dr. Pepper and have some popcorn, and we'll sit down and keep yapping about it. Portable carry. That's why I wanted it. I wanted it to put something very small in my wife's basket in the front of her bike. I wanted a small power station, and all the power, without taking up the space of a basket. So this is very small. As you can see here, it's only about 8 inches by 7 by 2. Now that's a very small square that I could mount kind of with zip ties or something to the side of the basket where you wouldn't utilize all of the space in the basket, so she could put her gloves and her hat and maybe a coat in there or something. If it's a chilly day, she put a windbreaker in there, or maybe her purse or something like that. Maybe a lunch if we're going to go out and about and have maybe a picnic there and enjoy the day. Then she can have a little bit of battery power in her basket, and without having to bring a full-fledged power station. Just for emergencies, or it could be anything. Charge your GoPro, your phone. Have a light for at night. How about this? How about charging your lights and we have brake lights on our electric bikes, and we have headlights, and sometimes you need that to like on the fly, because those batteries are very small and you'll be out riding and the battery's dying. Now you could charge them by the USB of the bike, but the problem with that is you're taking power away from the motor, be it very small. But when you have an electric bike, you want to have as much power for the motor and longevity as you can. So we were trying to find some other way to have just a little baby one, and we have a little 20,000 milliamp battery pack, and we've been using that. But the difference is this one, as you see on the picture, it has the AC out, and you could charge it with solar and whatnot. So and USB-C. So that's what we were kind of looking at. So I just happened to come across this, and I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. Okay, so you have Tyranny lithium battery. That's another form of a lithium-ion battery, and it's I think it's what is it called? Not lithium-ion. I think it has magnesium and nickel in it. I forgot the. Boy, oh boy, let me research this, guys. Here. Let me see here. Let's see here. Okay, googly. Here, what the difference is. A and S power we're going to look at here. Alright, so it says the difference between Tyranny lithium battery and Life Pro 4 battery. Okay, so let's see. Cathode materials, blah, 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 blah. Okay, in terms of, let me just read it. In terms of battery naming rules, most of them are named after cathode materials. The same is true for the origin of Tyranny lithium batteries and Life Pro 4. Now, these are lithium iron phosphate batteries, guys. The discussion and debate on Tyranny and Life Pro 4 in the market has never stopped, and it means a fight to the death. But what is the difference between the two? Okay, so from the point of view of materials, the Tyranny of the I think it's Tyranny, not Tyranny. Tyranny lithium battery refers to a polymer containing 3 metal elements of nickel, cobalt, and magnesia or aluminum. Okay, so yeah, I was right. So that's a different kind of lithium battery pack. That's not as safe as lithium iron phosphate, but you have batteries similar to this, with the lithium ion batteries. As long as you don't, mess with them too much, like overcharge them and things like that, you usually don't have too many problems. But just a heads up, the battery protection of lithium. If this was lithium iron phosphate, guys, I would have made this review first look after I already purchased it, because it would be on my credit card already. Okay, so you have a protection circuit, which is short circuit, overpower, overcharge, and over temperature. That's good for a little box like that. That's a lot of safeties. I noticed that there's no under what is it called? The under temperature protection listed here. It says etc. So I don't know what they mean by etc. But it's not listed as under. Like if it's too cold and it charges, it wrecks the battery cells that are inside there. Your operating temperature is obviously freezing to 104. That's normal. And then as you know, well, you're not going to have it out there probably in a bike, under 32. You'll be pretty cold. We went over the size already. It's just under 3 pounds, guys. Now, to give you an idea, the laptop that I'm using is a ThinkPad Carbon. It's called an X1, and it's the smallest mobile laptop that I like, that I found very cheap, that uses, it only weighs about 2.4 pounds, and it uses an average approximately anywhere between 10 and a high end maybe 30 watts when the battery's not charging, and the battery lasts about 8 to 10 hours. So that's a cool little device though that I used, so you don't have to use such a heavy one and destroy all your solar power that you're bringing in when you don't need a lot of power. So this is kind of my mobile one. I know a laptop is a mobile one, but this is kind of like the mobile when it's the go-to if you're on the road. Let's see here. Now this is what I want to know, is the wall outlet input. Okay, so it's 18 volts at 2 amps max. So that means, if you do the math here, 18 times 2, which means you get about 36 watts from the wall. So it's probably going to charge approximately 30 watts. That's my guess. Because, you lose a little bit in conversion. So you figure 30 watts input from the wall, which that's a long time, guys. That's like 5 hours to charge this thing. So just to give you a heads up, maybe 6 hours. Now this is what I really want to know. Your USB-C input, you have 5 volts, 9 volts, 12 volts, 15, and 20 at 3 amps. So this is what I call a tier 2. Now that's not this scientific term. I got tier 1, which is normal USB. Tier 2 is like a 60 watt power delivery port, and a tier 3, for just in my head so I remember, is the 100 watt. That's the best one right now that I've seen. This says input. So the nice thing, guys, is through the USB-C, it says you could charge with a 5, 9, 12, 15, or 20. Now, to give you an idea, I have what we call a GAN charger. It's gallium nitride. This is a special chemistry compound for the connection of the circuitry inside chargers, so they maintain a cooler temperature, and that way you can bring out up to 100 watts in this little charger that fits in your hand. If you want to look it up, I forgot the name of it. It's we call it a GAN charger, but it's basically a speed charger for your phone, and I love it. I can charge this laptop with it. I can charge power stations with it. I can charge. The intended purpose was a GoPro, a laptop, a phone. Boy, I just said it. Boy, your brain goes. When you're making these videos, your brain goes flat. Power station, whether it's a big or small power station, and then this will allow this little guy to be charged with that same thing. So you don't have to go out and buy a special charger. But the nice thing is, notice these voltages, guys. These are very low. The first 3 and 4 are very low. So say you had a USB-C, plug. Laying around the house, and you had a little tiny outlet that would go in a wall. That's a converter that goes from AC to a USB port. That means that technically, according to the specs here, that you could use that as well. So you wouldn't have to run out and buy a fancy quote unquote GAN charger. What we did, that cost us, I think it was like $60, $65, something like that. I wish I could remember the name of it. It is in the other room. I don't want to stop the recording to go get it, but you can look up on the videos that I have. Maybe if I remember, I'll link it in the description of the review that we did on that. That's a really cool little device. So you could charge this thing with that. Now you have USB-C 60 watt plus wall input, so up to 99 watts max through the USB charger not included. Now that's what I was just referring to. Now notice that you don't get that when you purchase this product, but we have one in a form of a GAN, a gallium nitride charger. I think they're called GAN chargers, but we call them GANs. We give everything nicknames so that we can remember it. Because after you review like 1,000 things, boy, you certainly forget stuff, guys. And all these numbers, boy, you got to be a mathematician or make notes. I make a lot of notes. Okay, your solar input is 99, so that obviously comes in the same as the USB-C adapter. It's just the AC adapter that comes with it is the weakest part of the charging, and that's only about 30 to 36 depending on how it comes in. So let's be on the optimistic side, say it's 36. So obviously you could almost triple the speed input between solar and the USB-C, which that I'm looking for many power delivery ports on power stations that have input-output power delivery ports at 100 watts, tier 3 if you will, if I can coin a term just so I can remember it. And then your AC outlet, now it says AC output times 200 watts. Okay, I'm gonna jump up here real quick, guys. Did you guys see 2 outputs on this thing? I saw 1. That's 1, right, guys? That's 1. Unless, wow, do you think that's an AC output rather than an input? Let's see if we can get a better picture of this here. Do you think that this, that circle right there is kind of like a barrel, reverse barrel output, you think? Or maybe it's a barrel that's buried in there? But, yeah, that would be kind of... No, that would be the input charging on that side, I'd assume. But, you know, I don't see a second AC. Guys, if you know where the second AC is, feel free to leave a comment. I only see 1. Now, it says in the... Let me get that back out of here. It says down here that there's 2. Okay, where was I? Yeah, AC output times 2. At 110 volts. Okay, so that's something to keep note of, guys. It's not a 120 volt system, it's 110. Now that only bothers things like medical equipment and very, very expensive stuff. And I don't think you're going to, you know, a cheaper laptop's not a problem. That has circuitry inside it in the charger that helps it, unless you're going straight through USB to USB. But I think it's okay. I mean, I've charged a lot off, you know, 110. My whole first power station that was very big, the Pecron E2000 LP, was all 110, and then I upgraded it to 120 volts myself. But it says 2, guys. You know, you know what? Maybe there's 1 in the back of it. I'm guessing because I don't see a picture. Allpowers, if you know where your second port is, maybe it's a typo. I don't know. USB output is 2. Now that's obviously the USB-A. I wish they would be clear about that. But to be fair, the original USB ports were just called USB. They weren't Type A and Type B. They had to, as they made a second one, which was like Type B, which is like for printers and stuff. They didn't really. I don't remember them having a USB A. Maybe they just never called it that. But this is a USB A, guys, right here. That's on the front, and that's a standard 12 watt output. So it's a grandpa speed one, if you will. And then your USB-C output is 60 watts. Okay, so you can bring it in up to 99 watts, it said, and you can deliver energy out up to 60. Now, that 60 is more than enough that I would need to charge this laptop or something like that, or definitely my GoPro or my phone or something like that, or my tablet, you know. So that's I wish this was a 99 out. But to be fair, you know, if you were to pull 99 watts out of this device, it would only last like an hour and something anyway. So now this way you would be able to last probably about 2.5 hours. So in this instance, I would take the longevity of the slower output. That way it doesn't eat up all the energy so quickly, you know. But I suppose that's, you know, either or, if you will, you know. I mean, either get the energy in there quick or slow. But if I have the time, slow charges are always better than fast charges, guys, unless you really need it for emergency. You have 5 volts at 1 amp, okay, wireless output port. Now, guys, if you do the math, that's only a 5 watt output, and it says here 2.4 amps max. So that means it would be anywhere between 5 watts up to 12 watts. So anywhere in between. Usually these come out about 7 or 8 or 9 or something like that, is what I've noticed. But I'm only going off the numbers that they have here. And then here's the wireless charging frequency. The reason they have to do that is obviously for the, you know, the FCC kind of thing. Here's a young fella that did a review on it. One thing I really liked, and this is the thing, like I said, this caught my attention right here. Not so much the box. I mean, this just looks like a box with batteries in it. But this right here is a extremely well-detailed little screen for such a small little box like this. For 80 bucks, it seems that there's a lot of technology in there. This alone, if I could have this on every power bank and every power station ever, with this much, and I'll go through what this all means, I think that's pretty cool, guys. I would definitely look for things like this rather than, you guys ever seen the ones where it's like 25, 50, 75, 100? Boy, I dislike those. I know hate's a bad word, guys, but I hate those power buttons like that, the power meters. I like a digital like this. That's called a digital readout. It has 1%, or it probably has 0 if it goes that low, all the way to I'm gonna guess 99, because there's not enough room unless they stick to 1 like right there. So 0 to 100% technically. So this is your percentage meter. I'll take that over a 4-button thing every day, all day. And then this is your battery meter. So basically you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. So each one goes down 20%, guys. So you have 20, 40, 60. Yeah, because usually the wire frame acts as the last one, and it'll flash and stuff. So you got 20, 40, 60, 80% here, and I'm going to assume, because it doesn't say, that the wire frame acts as the last 20%, just to give you an idea of, hey, you should start charging me and start flashing probably. And then this is how long you can run. Now he's running nothing, obviously. There's no power draw out of here, so that's probably what's known as standby power. So that means this could probably sit on by itself, active, ready to go, but not being used for, according to this review, 74 hours. I can't confirm that because, guys, I don't have the device. If Allpowers, if you want to send me one, I'll be happy to review this. This is a small product, and it wouldn't cost you much to, get a free review out of the video, and then we can test this and see if it's good for our community here. Now you have input. Now this wattage is obviously the watts of what's coming in from either the AC, the USB-C, or solar panels, depending on how that's coming in, whether it's a barrel port, which I think that barrel is an input for the solar. Like if you get those little 100-watt foldable solar panels, they have that little barrel that comes out. That's where I think, because I don't see any other ports on it, guys, unless there's something on the back. Now there's no pictures of the back of this yet, so I don't know. I'm only guessing. And then you have your D count, which is your output. I think that's supposed to say output, but they called it D count. So I think that's output, guys. Oh no, you know what? Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. Silly Bob. This is DC out. I called it D count, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, who's tired? I am. Okay, so this is DC out. Okay, so when you see a bunch of letters, don't assume it's a word right away. It's DC output, guys. They had to shorten it. So obviously, if you use the DC, which is the USB-C, or any of these USB-A's on the front, it would show up here. And then this is your AC out. It's not ACOUCOU. It's AC out. I can't believe I made that mistake, guys. So obviously, if you use this port or wherever the other one is, question mark, question mark, question mark, it would show up here to let you know. And then obviously this would change as the specs of what you're using. This would calculate it for you. I don't know how accurate it is, guys. Like I said, I don't have one of these. I came across it and I was like, holy cow, that's cool. I've never seen it before, guys. I think this is a really cool box, and I might get this for me. Or I might get this for the old lady there for maybe Christmas. I think this would work out really good for something that she could put in her basket on her bike. If Santa Claus wants to bring it, I'm all ears. I'm all open. So now here they're using it. You can kind of see he's charging a camera here. This is a tablet. This is a laptop. And the phone. That's everything I basically said except the camera. Well, a GoPro, I said. Same thing. But this looks like one of those, I think they're called DSLR or something, the fancy cameras. I'm not a camera guy. A camera guy or comma guys. I don't really do cameras so good. That's another technology I'm learning. There's just so much to learn. It's like a whole trade. These are your charging guys. So okay, so this is what a GAN looks like. I don't know if this is a gallium nitrate charger, but this is what ours look like. It's a little bit taller, and it puts out up to 100 watts, and it goes through here a USB-C into the USB-C. Now notice that this here is the AC in. Now notice it's got this weird plug. So this might be a proprietary plug for the AC. I'm only guessing because it looks very strange with the port that's on it. Hopefully they'll have a picture of it down below. And then this is your USB-C port, and you can dual charge. And notice that's coming in. I'm gonna guess that says 80. Is that 80 watts? But it's hard to read those. I think it says 80 watts, and then it's at. It says 6%, but so I don't think that this is all accurate, guys, because if it was 6 watts, these batteries would be a lot higher. This battery. That's why I like this one, guys. I like a percentage. as opposed to this. And then 99 hours obviously means more is coming in than what's going out. But notice that nothing else is hooked up as far as output, but it says there's output. So these are manufactured pictures, guys. I'd rather see, like, guys, feel free to go and check out this guy. I don't know who this was. Let me see. It just says Allpowers. I'm going to check that out myself. I'm going to put it up. Well, you can't. You got to watch it on the website. So I don't want you to watch it here. Go watch his. I don't know who that is. If you guys recognize this hat right here, I don't recognize the logo. You can go watch it in real time and see. And then let's see here. The laptop power bank only weighs about 3 pounds with a size of about 8 inches by 7 by 2 inches. Easy to put into a bag. So that remember, that was my concept of why we wanted it. We wanted to put it into either a bag or the basket in the front of her bike. 200 watt output, 154 watt hour battery pack, which is 41,600 milliamp hours. I like that when they do that, guys. I like that because then you can see what kind of real cells and what they're using inside there, as far as what voltage it is and everything. You do the math and figure out how much per cells and things like that, which you don't need, but it's nice as a reviewer to know more detailed information. Capacity allows you to power up to 3 hours for a laptop, 14 times for a phone. It doesn't say what kind. I'm assuming it's iPhone because they have an iPad, right? That's probably an iMac or maybe I'm an old guy. I don't know what they're called now, a MacBook or something. Up to 8 times for an iPad. Ideal external battery for outdoor work, learning in library, and laptop using in a cafe. So it's something small, guys. You can see the average, if this is correct, this is the average size of a phone, so you can kind of see the size of it. If this is 7 inches here and that's 8 inches this way, it's probably the size of approximately 2 phones deep and about maybe 2 phones wide, and then 2 inches tall. I think it's a neat little box, guys. Here you got S200 features dual way quick recharge technology, 99 watt fast charging that enables 100% charge in the time it takes you to have a rest, providing significant power on demand. So that's kind of cool. Now here's the one that we left off on here. Or that's the same picture again. The wireless charger supports most smartphones that are equipped with QI or QL, I don't know that standard technology, or other QL, I don't know what that is. Basically a wireless charging technology devices when you're outdoors, so don't worry about having a charging cable. So notice that the lady's sitting here and she's charging her phone through the Wi-Fi, and then she's using the battery of the laptop. So that's kind of where it could come in handy. But I would use this to charge that as well, if possible, and I think that would help. It says power up to 5 devices simultaneously. Now, if you look on this, remember there's only 2 ports here, one here, and then there's one here. Maybe this is in input output, that AC barrel one. It's possible that's input output, and that would be the second AC. No, well, yeah. See, that's kind of weird. There we have DC. I don't know if somebody knows where the heck the other AC port is on this thing. Please chime in. I'd like to know. Yeah, wow, that's confusing. Features one. See, now here it says one AC outlet, guys. See? Okay, so I think that's a typo up there. It literally says right here one AC outlet at 110 volts up to 200 watts. Remember, and the surge is 240. So that way, if you have to start something, charge your batteries or something, you get that surge. One wireless charger, which is on the top. There's the AC here. Oops. And 2 USB-A ports, which are these 2 guys, and then you have 1 Type-C port, which is here. Okay, basically USB-C, they call it a Type-C. And then you have everyone will be taken good care of, regardless if you're at home or staying outside. Okay, and then we'll go down here. Easy to take everywhere. This laptop power bank only weighs about 3 pounds with size. Okay, here's the size again. Easy to put in a bag, so you won't be burdened when you're outdoors. So you can see kind of by his hand, I'm assuming that's an average young man size. So you can see if this is 8 inches by 7, you can see at average hand of how big it would be to you. This well. It's actually under 3 pounds. And then here you go, iPad Pro. I don't have an iPad Pro, guys, but you can. Those who of us have it, you can see the size reference there. Boy, maybe I'll get one of these and review it. 154 watt-hour battery pack. Allpowers portable battery pack is powerful enough to charge laptops, phones, cameras, drones, holiday lights, and more, meeting different kinds of electricity demands. Usage for outdoor working, learning, emergency, and trips. Guys, you know what would come in handy too? You remember I just made that video, guys. I just made it. How you could power emergency lights, those strip lights for like a Christmas tree or whatnot, or putting them outside for decoration outside, or indoor, outdoors, depending on which one you get. But imagine how long they would run on a box like that. That's very small. You could decorate, like, I don't know if it'd be legal, but you could decorate your bike and kind of pimp it up with all kinds of neat little lights. We've seen some at the car shows where the guys would LED up their bikes, and then they hit a button and the whole bike lights up with the little strips on there. So that's pretty cool. But you could just use the Christmas lights and wrap them around the tubing of the frame. As long as it doesn't interfere with the bike, that would be pretty neat. That's the size of it, once again. So average size of these are called mufflers. These are the ones I like. I don't like the earbuds so much, but they are pretty neat. They're small. Here's a young fella sleeping in the woods. He's charging, getting ready to go on camping or expedition or whatever. Recharged by solar, 60 watts within 3 to 4 hours. That was my guess. Compatible with the SP020 solar panel and the 60 watt, and the SP026 solar panel, 60 watts. So it gives you a couple options here to go check out and see if that's a thing for you. But like I said, this right here is what really attracted my attention, guys. This is the bread and butter, if you will. These little meters here are worth their weight in gold. Like I said, I don't like the 25, 50, 75, 100. I don't like those. I never did, ever. Even when they were the only thing out, I still didn't like them, because the biggest problem with those are, guys, if you have 72% on this meter, okay? If you had a 4-light 25, 50, 75, 100, 72% would show up on the meter as 50%. Now, obviously, it's more than 50%, but you don't know that looking at the meter. And that's the number one reason I don't like them, is you never know where exactly, is it 50%? Is it 72? I mean, who knows, right? So that's why I like the percentage ones. Okay, so here's all the frequently asked questions. Can I charge it and discharge it at the same time? Look at that, simple, one word, yes. Great, easy. You don't have to read a 25. Speaking from a guy who rambles a lot, you don't have to read a 25 understanding of just yes or no. Yes, I like that. Straight to the point. What devices can Allpowers? Obviously, anything less than 200 watts, guys. And you do have a little bit of surge with the 240. Once exceeding 200 watts as well, it'll shut off automatically for protection. I don't know how long the surge is. Is it waterproof? I can answer that without even looking. Absolutely not. Yep, see, no, please do not store it. See, do not store it in a humid environment for a long time. Guys, that means if it's raining outside and you have it in a bag and the bag is not waterproof, do not try to use that device, because you could short out the device by using it, possibly get a shock. So keep that in mind, guys. One really good tip, guys, if you have a power bank or something like this, guys, and you have a bag that you want to put it in and you're not using it, that's the key. And if you're not using it, you could store it in a Ziploc, a gallon freezer bag, and what that does is it waterproofs that product from getting wet and having moisture get to it. That way, if you're camping, guys, that's a way to protect. Remember, they always say, keep your gunpowder dry and your matches and everything and all. That's an old saying in the Wild West days, but it rings true to batteries, guys. If you can keep them dry, they definitely work when you need them. What kind of solar panel should I choose? They already gave you two up there, which is the oh boy, what were they here? Let me jump back. The SP020. So basically the SP20 and the SP26, okay? So you can go look those up. Those are both 60-watt panels, guys. That's the most you can put in. If you want to possibly over-panel it, I personally would look into that, and that way, because a 60-watt panel is not going to give you 60 watts. That's an illusion unless you live in a laboratory. So keep that in mind. I would get a 100-watt panel as long as it would work with the input voltage. That you have to be careful of that, and I would overpower it. That way you get that 60 watts more often than not input. Okay, and the next one is, can I take this product on the plane? Okay, battery capacity, blah blah blah, please consult the airline. Okay, guys, I can answer that for you. The short answer with the whole TSA thing going wrong, guys, just don't take this on a plane. Please do not try to take that, because they're going to think it's something nefarious because it's batteries and, you know, all this. It's just, guys, leave it at home. I don't recommend it on a plane. They're going to look at it possibly in the security checkpoints as something like, that's really not a good idea to take that on. You know, because unfortunately you got bad people in the world, guys. So don't take it on a plane. Just please. And if you're at the airport and you can't take it on a plane, what are you going to do with it, right? Then you're stuck either throwing it away or giving it away, or putting it in a locker until you come back, or having a friend take it back home. So best option, leave it at home when you fly. That's the best way to, just for safety. Best, leave it at home. They have enough headaches going on. Does this product have wireless charging? Now, I can't believe someone asked that. It's obviously written right on the top. See that? Great answer. Very straightforward. That's cool. And then we're down in the guys, if you remember, I don't want to laugh at them, guys, but look at it. It literally says wireless right here. But that's okay. Someone didn't know. That's fine. Remember, I always said the only question that's dumb really is the one that you don't ask. So, okay, so these are the reviews. I just want to jot at them real quick. I noticed that this one's kind of grayed out here. So let's look at that one right away. That's the worst review. There's none other. All these are positive except this one. And let's see what it says. Okay, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. This product cannot be transported by plane. Okay, so in my opinion, guys, I don't own this company. I don't work for them. This is not a fair. I wish you could comment. This is not a fair review, guys, because I mean it literally says it up there. Like right here, it literally says right there, please consult the airline for specific policies. To be honest, I think it should just say no, but maybe there's some airlines that allow it. But who knows? I don't know. You guys can look at that. How, tomato. I don't think this is a fair review. So other than that one, it looks like very happy people. Let's see here. Would be useful. So okay, yeah. So it's basically positive stuff. He had a little gripe about something. Yes, so basically they all look pretty good. Here's the actual. This is okay. So great. This is what you get. I was hoping to see the back of it, guys. So this is your power adapter. So basically, this power adapter. See, that's a barrel, just like I thought, right in the side here, and that's why it looked bigger than the barrel hole, because that's obviously the part that you put your fingers on to push the barrel into the port. This is the same as a very small laptop, or possibly. Oh, see, notice this, guys. Oh, look at this, guys. Well, that's okay. So this is the European version. Notice how it's got the weird ports. Yeah, that's a weird port. So maybe it's possible that the European version has 2 AC ports, and the United States version has 1 ports here. Yeah, okay, so now it would make sense, guys. Now it would make sense. But notice it says only here, it says 1 230 volt outlet, which is this one. But notice that this one has, maybe there's different versions of this, guys. This box shows a different version than what he's showing. So yeah, maybe they revamped it or whatever. Let's see, what is this called? The S200. All right, so now that we saw the whole thing, guys, it's an $80 product. If you want to check it out, feel free. I'm going to look up the S200 and see if they have different versions of it, guys. Let's see. Let's get this out of the way here. Okay, go away. All right, it won't clear. So yeah, only one of these shows up, guys. Let's clear this and do it again here. Okay, let's go here, and then I'll move the mouse out of the way. Okay, so notice that this only shows up, and it only has 1 output, guys. So I'm assuming that's the one I'm looking at. Let's click it and get to it. Yep, so that's the same one that we just looked at. So maybe they have. Let's see what this is. Okay, that's a solar panel. That's a solar panel. That's a solar panel. That's okay. So maybe they only have 1. So maybe they, Allpowers. Hey, heads up, guys. You might want to. Oop, I lost my place here. You might want to revamp this and update this review page here. That's a good reason why. Going through these is a good habit. And bringing this to people's attention so people don't get misled with mistakes on pages. It's obviously. Probably not intentional. It's just I have a feeling that either re-upped the concept here, the design or whatever, or they don't sell that version anymore. But that's why down in the specs it was different. That's why I was looking for the second AC and it's not there. I wouldn't recommend 2 ACs on this little thing anyway, but it might be useful as long as you use 2 50-watt devices or 100-watt devices. Maybe it could have came in handy. Who am I to judge? But all right, guys. So this is the Allpowers S200 portable power bank, 200 watt output, 154 watt hour battery pack. It is that what was that fancy name, you guys? It was a different. Where to go here? Oh boy, I'm getting dizzy here. This thing, the Tyranny lithium battery, guys. If you know more about lithium Leary, I'm Turney? I don't even know how to say it, guys. I never heard that before. I'm new in solar. If you guys know about this, this TLB, I'm going to call it. If you know more about this lithium battery composition than I do, obviously you probably do. Feel free to leave a comment down there. Explain, like, you know, that more, because I want to learn too. You know, that's why I made the channel, so we can all learn. And then here's the manual here. So I'll put that online here. Let's see, where is it here? Right. Holy cow, there's a one paper. Is it one page? Oh, guys, I really dislike manuals like this. You guys ever see the manuals where they're just like all mushed? That's this one. Okay, so let me zoom in real quick just so I can get a better view here. I think this is the one where, yeah, see? Yeah, I don't like these, guys. I don't like these. Okay. So basically, this is in German? I don't even know. Let's see. Okay. This looks like Chinese. This one is do ensure the this one's English. Okay, so the third one, guys, if you want to know, so I can't upload this. If you want to, you know, read through this, guys, I'm assuming that you can scroll through it like that. Okay, so there you go, and there's all your indicator lights, your wireless charge. Oh, see, okay, so maybe this is a newer model that they got rid of here, and now they have only one, guys. But see, it says 2 AC universal outputs. So yeah, Allpowers, it's time to update your manual, you know, or update your like maybe you get one that has this and the picture's wrong. I mean, either way, Allpowers, you got to check that out. And then here you got the AC/DC, DC mode, AC mode input, DC and AC mode, which is probably output? Yeah, okay, yeah. See, it says DC and AC mode. Maybe that's everything together. This is really confusing. Power button for LCD screen, that's obviously down there. Then you got your 2 USB-A's. Here's your USB-C, which they call Type-C. Power delivery, 2-way input output. Love that, guys. I wish, if you don't know anything about this, guys, you should research this. This is really cool. Power, press once. And then AC output, you have to press and hold for 3 seconds in order to turn on the AC inverter. Guys, you know, I think I like this model better. If that's what you get now, or you get the new one with the 1 AC. Guys, if you have this, please let me know, man. This is something I'd like to buy as a Christmas gift for the old lady back there. She's in the other room there working. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Very, very simplistic. You know, gives you kind of an idea and everything. But yeah, that's the Allpowers. I'm pretty new with Allpowers here, guys. Allpowers, where'd it go? There we go. Okay, so Allpowers S200 portable power bank. Okay, guys, if you're not a subscriber of this channel, please hop up there, hit that button. It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. You can hang out. We can ramble and learn about technology together. You could help us learn. Role reversal, right? We didn't make this channel to, you know, tell everybody and show everybody, oh, look what we know. Look how much we know. We don't know anything, guys. We're learning at the same rate a lot of people are, and we just wanted to have a introductory channel, because all the other channels seem to be so advanced sometimes that you know, you kind of lose track really quick as far as what they're talking about, and we can learn at a slower pace here, and then we can all kind of enjoy our electronic devices together, or even just acknowledge that, hey, you know, there's a product out here, guys. Have you ever seen this? Just a heads up kind of thing, you know. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. That's what the kids say now, I guess. Smash it, beat it up, tackle it, headlock it, do whatever you want to do. Hit that button. It shows other people, hey, the guy rambles a lot, but you know, he's got some good info over here, guys. You know, check him out. If you don't like him, don't like the button. If you do, well, you don't have to, you know. Or if you do, I don't know, I'm confused now. But okay, guys, ramble on, be safe, and we'll see you again on Ramblin Bob Reviews. Bye, guys.